Here's part 5 of my summary of the book of Exodus. 7 days went by after the Lord struck the Nile, turning all the water in Egypt to blood. And the Lord said to Moses, "Go up to Pharaoh and say, 'This is what the Lord says, let my people go so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I will send a plague of frogs on your whole country. The frogs will come up on you and your people and all your officials.'" God commanded for Aaron to stretch his hand out over the waters of Egypt with the staff, and frogs came up and covered the land. But once again, the Egyptian magicians were able to use their secret magic arts to mimic this sign. But this time, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Pray to the Lord to take the frogs away from me and my people, and I will let your people go to offer sacrifices to the Lord." So Moses prayed to the Lord, and all the frogs died. But when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart once again and refused to let the Israelites go. Then the Lord told Moses to have Aaron take his staff and strike the dust of the ground with it, turning the dust into gnats. Gnats were all over the people and animals and everything. This time, when the Egyptian magicians tried to produce gnats with their secret arts, they could not do it. They said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." Pharaoh's heart was hard and he would not listen, just as the Lord had said. Then the Lord tells Moses to go up to Pharaoh and say, "Let my people go so that they may worship me. If you do not let my people go, I will send swarms of flies on you and your officials, on your people and into your houses. The houses of Egyptians will be full of flies, even the ground will be covered with them." But he says he will not send any flies to the land of Goshen, where his people, the Israelites, live, being sure to make a clear distinction between his people and the Egyptians. So dense swarms of flies poured into Pharaoh's palace and into the houses of his officials, and all throughout Egypt the land was ruined by all the flies. And Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Go, sacrifice to your God here in the land." But Moses said, "We must take a 3-day journey into the wilderness to offer sacrifices to the Lord our God, as he commands us." Pharaoh said, "I will let you go offer sacrifices to the Lord your God in the wilderness, but you must not go very far. Now pray for me." Moses tells Pharaoh that he's going to pray for him and that the flies will leave, but he tells Pharaoh, "Be sure not to act deceitfully again." So the flies left, but of course Pharaoh hardened his heart and would not let the people go. Once again, the Lord tells Moses to go up to Pharaoh and tell him to let his people go. If he refuses, the Lord will send a terrible plague on the livestock of the Egyptians, being sure to spare all of the animals belonging to the Israelites, so as to once again make a clear distinction between God's people and the Egyptians. So all the livestock of the Egyptians died, but not one animal belonging to the Israelites died. But Pharaoh's heart was unyielding, and he would not let the people go. After this, the Lord told Moses and Aaron to take handfuls of soot from a furnace and throw it up into the air in front of Pharaoh, creating a blanket of dust over the land that caused festering boils to break out all over the Egyptians. The Egyptian magicians couldn't even stand in front of Moses because of all of the boils that were covering them. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and Pharaoh would not listen, just as the Lord had said.